Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of the Waiver Show with Coach Oak. As you can see here, our mon of the week is Rotom, normal form, the best form, okay not the best, it's the worst form, but it's the coolest form. This is an amazing Pokemon. I'm so glad this got picked for the Waiver Show Rotom a little love, and to do so we're going to jump right into Showdown right now. And welcome to Showdown. You will see we have 6 sets again this week of Voltergeist, the Rotom. So our first set here is somewhat standard-ish set for Rotom, although there's some definite flexibility. But it's basically a status layer with Thunder Wave and Will-O-Wisp, depending on which mon you're facing, whether it's fast special attacker or a physical attacker that you want to cripple, as well as having Pain Split to heal back up after taking some damage, and having Hex as well in order to deal double the damage with the ghost typing after laying down statuses. Another option here would be to put Volt Switch in here instead of Hex to lay down status and get out if you really have multiple things you need to lay statuses down on. And it's got leftovers just to kind of keep it alive. This is kind of a speedy, bulky-ish set. And speaking of that, let's go into the stats right now. 15 HP, not very good. 15 attack, definitely not very good. Defense, 77, not really great. Not the worst thing in the world, though. 95 special attack, I can use that. Special defense, 77 again. Not really help. And 91 in speed, so not very good stats for Rotom. The original form, at least, as its defenses are not the greatest at 50 and 77, 77. But it has a little bit of speed at 91. That's not, I mean, you'd like it to be 101, but we'll take what we can get. 91's fairly decent. And then you've got 95 in special attack, which you can use. It's not the greatest, but you can use it as a budget pick. This could be a very good mon if it has the right things it can use, which I believe it does, as we've shown here. Great for laying statuses. Also has Toxic as well, of course, if you need it, as well as Pain Splitting, so semi-reliable recovery / can do damage with passive investment. And Hex, of course, for status layer is very good. Moving on to our next set, we have a light clay set with dual screens, Pain Split, and Volt Switch. So this is a lay dual screens, get in, get out, and Pain Split up when it needs to type set. Will be made much bulkier by the screens, which you, of course, will put up in the order based on what is threatening you at the time, and then get out into something that really wants those screens to be up. And, of course, light clay is going to extend your turns and screens. And this can definitely change the game as if you have something like a Gyarados, Mega, or Regular who wants to set up with Dragon Dances, etc., etc., or a Mega Charizard X, anything like that that really wants to take a turn or two to set up is really going to enjoy these screens. Or even just a really bulky thing that doesn't have reliable recovery, like, say, Goodra, outside of course, a Rest Hydration set. It does not have the best recovery, but it's very bulky and can lay some offense as well. So just to make that bulk just ridiculous while it lays down attacks is also good, of course, for screens. But I don't have to tell you that. You're a Draft League player. You know how good screens can be. Rotom can do that as well. Now I've got a Choice Scarf set to help out that 91 speed with Electro Ball, which is based off his speed stat. This would be kind of best if you're going as a slower team. Electro Web to lower the opponent's speed, Volt Switch, and Hidden Power Ice. So this is very much kind of a speed control / speed damage. You can lower the speed of fast things with the Scarf. You can just Volt Switch around for momentum. A Scarf Volt Switcher is always good. Fast electric types have been long proven to be good in this format. Hidden Power Ice just for coverage for the things that those other 3 electric type moves cannot hit. And Electro Ball is kind of there if you are able to just lay down some good damage. And I'll just, as a random with kind of mid-investment, you're at 250 even with the Scarf on top, of course, getting you up into a very nice speed tier, where you should be outspeeding almost everything that is not Scarfed. And now we go into our next set. which is a choice spec set. And of course, one thing I have not mentioned, Rotom only gets Levitate. Most of you probably knew that, but that's its only thing it gets, so it cannot be hit by the ground type attacks directly unless it has Mold Breaker, which is nice for this mon as well, those providing a ground immunity, which is why Hidden Power Ice is going to be even better, as it can actually counter ground types fairly well. So you've got choice spec sets with Discharge for that added 30% paralysis chance that we like so much here at the Waiver Wire Show. We've got Shadow Ball to cover the dual stab, Volt Switch to get in and out, and Trick if you're in against a physical attacker, trick those specs onto them and cause them a whole heap of problems. This is a max speed with 252 in special attack set, which is going to be able to do a lot of work. With the boost to special attack, and it's hitting a good speed here. 309 obviously is above a not speed boosting nature base 100, so for example something like a Modest or Adamant Victini is not going to take this very well, because you are going to speed and you've got choice spec Shadow Ball. Moving on to our fourth set, we have a little bit of a different set. It's a little bit eclectic, but I think it would work well. So we've got Foul Play for passive damage, of course, calculated based on the opponent's attack stack. With Dark typing is kind of cool as well. Could also be teched on to pretty well any of these with moves like Pain Split and Hex, as well as Volt Switch. You've got Pain Split here as well. Now we've got a Substitute Endure set, kind of for different reasons. Substitute just to kind of lower your own health, with Pain Splitting up, Foul Playing, etc., just causing problems that way if you're faster than most of the mons on your opponent's team. And then Endure when you really want to survive a hit with 1 HP, which will then give you the speed boost that you can really fire back with a Clutch Foul Play or Pain Split as well. So for example, if you Endure when they switch in a threat to you, you can stay in, take that hit down to 1, get that Salac Berry, then be faster and get off a big Pain Split, and then Foul Play in return to hopefully kill it. It's a set that I would like to test a little more, but I think it could work in the right situation against the right team, and it's definitely not something that you're going to be seeing as the first choice of what people expect Rotom to be, as that is normally just a Volt Switching, lay down a lot of status type mon. And our last set this week for Voltergeist is a Waterium Z Rain Dance set. This could also be Z Snatch as well, works more or less the same idea. Boost your speed, be as special attack invested as you can. The reason I went with Rain Dance here, now obviously you do need this to be your Z move eligible mon, which is probably not the mon you want, but I wanted to show off this set anyways. Put off that Waterium Z Rain Dance, you're going to get the +1 speed, which is enough that Rotom's going to have speed pretty well anything you need it to. And so it have faster Scarfers, and then you can lay down Thunders, which are 100% accurate, which is really giving you that extra little boost to special attack that Rotom wants. Hidden Power Ice for that coverage, and Shadow Ball for the second dual stab. It's a very much a surprise with a Rain Dance, Waterium Z Rain Dance, or you could even run as just Rain Dance by itself, but Z Snatch also works just without Thunder, Thunderbolt, or Volt Switch. Probably not Volt Switch, but you never know what you want to do. And then you get that boosted speed that's going to let you outspeed enough to take advantage of Modest Rotom laying down attacks. Hope you enjoyed this, everybody. I enjoyed making it. As I said, this is one of my favorite mons of all time. I'd love to see it get used more in draft league format. It's putting in some work in other leagues around YouTube at the moment that I've seen, and I fully expect it to continue to do so going forward. See you next time, everybody.